Okay, hello everybody. My name is Jonathan Banyard. I'm Vice President of Sales at Virtuseis. And joining me today is my colleague, Senior Software Developer, Mr. Hal Burton.
Hello.
So this is the first video in a series of videos that we're going to be putting together for our clients and new customers alike as well. We're calling it the Virtuseis Knowledge Series. And this is, these are instructional videos in order to help you get the most out of our application, Seisinfo. Seisinfo is a data cataloging and management application that is in widespread use. And today we're going to talk about how to cut survey and SEG-Y data. Let's say you're working on a divestiture or even an acquisition, or you need to cut data to send it to a processor. Hal's going to show you how you actually cut data and create a new volume and walk you through those steps. So Hal, would you be so good as to share your screen for us?
All right.
I'll walk through how you do it. So in this instance, let's assume we've done a divestiture and we're going to cut data restricted to a certain township and range. And we only want the data within that township and range. So let's say the township and range here in Alberta is township 52, range 22, west of 5, and it's only the data within that township. And whether there's 2D data or 3D data within that township, we just want the 3D data.
Okay, so I'm grabbing an extra township around there just so you can see a little more territory when we add the seismic layer. So I've zoomed into the area and I'm going to add our seismic data from this database. And you can see it's map view area and I want 2Ds and 3Ds. And
so we do see there's both 2D and 3D there.
There is, yes.
And it does straddle the township.
And it's in that township, there's 5222 right in the middle.
Right.
So since you're doing the 3D, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the related source receivers for that 3D because your clients will probably want that survey. And so when I do that, when you add that on, it'll map the source receiver points. And they'll probably spill outside the, oh, I don't need the bin grid. So there you have a number of points. Right. So now we want to get ourselves right on that township. I could move it around a couple other ways, but this will give us that township exactly. So we'll go 5222 west 5, zoom to that area. And okay, so now my next step is I'm going to digitize a polygon that I can clip the data with. So I'm just digitizing the corners of the township. That's the easy way to do it. The other way is someone could actually send you a shapefile, which you can place on the map and then use that for cutting as well.
Right.
So now I want to select seismic, and I don't want the 2D, I want the 3D master, and I want the 3D source and receivers, anything that intersects that township. And so it highlights it. So I want to save that to a selection, and I'm going to call it example cut.
And you can see that the 2D hasn't been selected, right? It's only the 3D
right.
that's been selected.
So I'm going to clip that data, and I'm going to include a buffer there of 200 meters just to grab a little extra around the outside edges of that polygon.
You bet.
And that's going to create us a line selection that's clipped. And to see that, we'll go to the line selections, and I'm going to refresh that list, and there it is. You can see it's got a master and a bunch of source receiver lines. So what you're going to want to do then is to export the surface survey data so that they can put it on a map. So I'm just going to refresh that, pick that example cut. I'm going to set the data to what it was loaded as in the database.
Gotcha.
And it's going to compute the coordinates. The XY coordinates will be the natural zone for UTM. And it's all going to go to one file. So I'm going to export that. And I want to go to, I've got a temp or sorry, a demo folder that I want to use. And I want to create my own folder for that. And I'm going to save it as MedLodge 3D. Perfect.
Perfect.
And there's your information about what it's going to do. And now it's done. And that's all it took to get the surface survey out.
Right.
And next thing is we want to cut the SEG-Y for that 3D. So let's go get the SEG-Y exporter. And here again, we want to grab that example cut, and we don't care what the geophysical project name is, and we want to use the data as it was loaded for the datum. And we're going to use all bin centers that are in the clipped area. So when you do the clipping, it's going to create a new file. It doesn't damage the original SEG-Y file. It creates a new one from the clipped coordinates. So all we have to do is export that, and it's going to create a text file that has all the bin centers and coordinates and corner points and everything. So off it goes. It's running through its job, and now it comes up and asks you, or tells you that it's going to clip the SEG-Y, and it's using inline cross lines to do that.
Yep.
And so we'll proceed through that, and it's done.
Done fast.
So if I go to that folder where I exported that data, you will see there's a SEG-P1 file of surface survey information, and there's the new SEG-Y file there. And let's have a look at that. That's been cut from the original. And there you have it. That's all there is to that. And so you've got a package to ship to your client.
Wonderful, fast, and using tools native to the application. You no longer have to send it out to a third party and bear the expense of doing so, and done in short order. Excellent. So following on from this, you'll see other content from us, that we'll post other content on this with regard to how to ship that data, how to access your data, whether it be on network or on cloud. If you've got any comments, please do feel free to reach out to Hal and I. Thank you for your time today, and we will look forward to speaking with you later. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.